Hi soulmates, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. In today's video we'll be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful petal or tulip sleeve, as you can see showing right now on your screen. So if this is something you like to recreate for yourself, please do well to keep on watching. Hit the subscribe button, don't forget to like, share, and let's get started. Now these are the materials I'll be using. I have this Ankara fabric here, I have a lining, I have gum stay, and I'll be drafting this on the paper first. So I've gone ahead to fold this paper into two here, as you can see. Now I will start by drawing a straight line across. This line is going to be serving as the starting line. So from this line I will go ahead and measure 2 inches and mark. So I want a puff sleeve. Now that is why I'm adding these 2 inches, that is why I'm marking these 2 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect the dots into a straight line. So the next line I'll be marking is the sleeve length. So from this point that I measure 2 inches, I'll be measuring the sleeve length. So I'm working with a sleeve length of 8 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch to that, making it 9 inches. So I'll mark 9 inches and I'll connect this into a straight line. After connecting, this is what I have. So from this point, this part that I have 2 inches here is not going to be part of the length. So while I was taking the length, I just used the second line. I placed my tape on the second line before marking, and now I've gone ahead to label that part as the sleeve length. So the next thing I'll be marking is the cap's height. So I'm putting a cap's height of 3.5 inches. So I just went ahead to mark that, and I'll be connecting this into a straight line. So if you already know how to draft a basic sleeve, you should know what a cap's height is. I'll also be linking a video on how to draft a basic sleeve in the description box. So these are the lines that I have. I have the 2 inches, I have the cap's height, and I also have the sleeve length. Now I'll go ahead and fold these 2 inches inward, as you can see me doing in the video. Now just go ahead and fold it inward, and let's focus on the basic sleeve. So that first line is going to be the starting line now, and the second line is going to be the cap's height, and the last will be the sleeve length. Now I just went in by the cap's height measurement at that point. So what I have there, I make the mark. Now at this point I'll go ahead and divide the armhole measurement by 2, or you can measure the armhole of the dress you're going to be inserting this sleeve. So go ahead and divide it by 2 and add 1 inch to that. Now before connecting these dots this way, I'll go ahead and mark my cap's height there. So I'll find the midpoint and I'll mark, and I'll be connecting these dots this way to the cap's height. Go ahead and connect to the point where you have your armhole measurement divided by 2 plus 1 inch. Now after doing that, I'll go ahead to measure around this to see if it is going to fit the blouse. So the next thing I'll go ahead and do is to divide my round sleeve measurement by 2. The round sleeve measurement I'm working with is 14 inches. Dividing that by 2, I have 7. I just added 1 inch to that. I made a mark there, and I'm connecting this way. Now once I'm done, I'll open up the 2 inches that I folded in for the puff sleeve. Now I'll go ahead and just open it up. I'll be connecting this into the armhole of the sleeve. Now I'll be connecting it directly. That is why I am coming out of that point by 1.5 inches, and I will just connect it this way into this armhole this way. Now this is just going to give the sleeve a puffy effect when we fix on the armhole of the blouse. Now once I'm done with that, I'll just go ahead and cut this out. Remember that this pattern is on a fold. After cutting, just make sure to notch the middle of the sleeve, as you can see me doing in the video. So just fold it this way and make a notch at the middle. Now we're just going to open this up, as you can see. Don't forget to cut your pattern on a fold. Now the next thing I went ahead to do is to mark a straight line here at the middle. I want to highlight this middle. Now at this point we're going to be determining how open we want the overlap to be. That is, after the overlap, how open it is going to be. So I just went up at that point by 4 inches. So once I marked 4 inches there, I'll go upward this way and I'll measure 5 inches. You can see the way I am measuring it, following the curve there. So once I was done with that, I'll come to this other side and I will measure 3 inches. So you're just going to measure 3 inches at the opposite side where you marked the 5 inches. I hope you understand. So this part that I marked 5 inches, you're going to be measuring the 3 inches at the opposite side. So once I was done, I will use my curve ruler to connect this nicely. I'll connect these three dots nicely from this part to the 4 inches that I came up with and to the 3 inches that I went in with, just like this. Now this is what I have. So I'll go in with my scissors and I'll cut through this line. Now I won't be making use of this one. I'll keep this one aside, and this is the part I'll be making use of. So don't forget that notch at the middle. We're going to be cutting two of these for one sleeve, and for both sleeve we'll be needing four of it. Now I'll go ahead and fold my Ankara fabric into four this way. I'll place this pattern paper on it and I'll be using it to cut out 4 pieces, two for each sleeve. Now I'll cut this all round. I won't be adding any allowance because I already added allowance to the pattern. So after cutting, I'll use my chalk to mark all the wrong sides of the African print fabric. Now after marking the wrong side, I'll place this paper on it again. To get the middle, I'll make sure to notch the fabric just as I notch the paper. So do this for all 4 pieces. Just make sure that as you put them together, the notches are fitting all 4 pieces. Now after cutting out the Ankara, which is going to be the main fabric, I have two for each side. I have the notches here. I'll go ahead and cut out the lining pieces as well. So also be needing 4 pieces of lining, two for each side, just as we have for the main fabric. Now after cutting out the lining, this is what I have. As you can see, I'll also place the paper on it this way and make that notch. This notch is really important, so you don't want to skip this part. Next, I'll bring in this gum stay. I'll be ironing the gum stay to the lining, to all 4 pieces of the lining, only the lining and not the main fabric. So you can as well use collar stay if you want yours to be more firm. Now these are the main piece of the sleeve. So I'll go ahead and stitch on this side now with 1 inch. Now this is the side, stitch with 1 inch because that is the allowance that we added. So you're just going to do the same thing for the lining pieces. You're going to be stitching this side with 1 inch. After stitching, this is what I have. I'll open it up. This is what it looks like on the wrong side, and this is what it looks like at the right side. I'm gonna head to iron this open, and I'll do the same for all the other pieces. Now I'll place it this way. I'm placing this notch to notch, and this is what it looks like so far. We are going to be turning this with the lining. I'll bring the lining over it this way. I'll be placing it right sides facing each other, and I'll go ahead and close the lower parts, this part that I'm showing you with my hand now. So take this to your sewing machine and close the lower parts. Also make a top stitch towards the lining. So this is what I have after closing and making a top stitch towards the lining. So making a top stitch towards the lining means that after sewing, you are pushing all your allowances towards the lining and you're making a top stitch. Now I'll go ahead and trim off the little excesses that I have at this top here. So this is the second piece. So this is what it is looking like. So let's join this together now. We're going to locate the both notches this way. So just make sure you place this notch on this part directly on the other notch like this. Just match up these two notches together, and you're going to be stitching on these to hold the overlap. So I will do the same thing for the other side. So take both notches this way. Just make sure to align both notches. After aligning, take it to the sewing machine and stitch it down. Now this is what I have after stitching, as you can see. So you're just going to be making pleats at this middle, this part that you have the overlap. So just make your pleats at the top there so that it can fit into the blouse you'll be attaching this into. So that was the whole reason we added that 2 inches while we were drafting the sleeve, because of the puff effect. So just go ahead and plait it in this way. So yeah, that is all for this tutorial. If you find this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, drop a comment, share to your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.